Managing renovation projects for real estate investments will wreak havoc on your personal life. It is a total bandwidth thief. And without the right systems, you have no ability to scale past 1 to 2 stress-inducing projects. And even those projects steal the clarity for you to be able to really focus on enjoying your life beyond flipping houses. And I'm sure you can relate to that feeling that there's just stuff in your head and you're forgetting to do something. It's just an itch in the back of your head. And I had that for a decade flipping houses until I ran into this book, Getting Things Done by Davidallen. It's a personal productivity system that I've adapted to project management for flip and rental rehabs. And I can already hear some of you out there thinking, I don't want to learn a new software today. Well, I promise you that this is totally software agnostic. That means that it will work for any software that you're using. You don't have to buy anything special. And I'm so confident about it that I'm going to prove it to you by using an old school analog system of files and folders. So I brought a nice little filing cabinet with you today. Now, the first thing that you have to do is you need to capture all that stuff that's in your head. So what is stuff and how do you capture it? Well, stuff can be anything from change orders, getting bids, inspecting work, building sub-packets or scopes of work for subcontractors, city inspections or the admin that you have to do with city, like getting permits or dealing with city ordinance violations. What about lender inspections or the admin that you have to deal with lenders, like changing your scope of work or getting it to them the way that they want it so you can get a draw? Materials, making sure that you order the materials you want, maybe researching the right materials for a specific project that you're working on, or the financials, your budgets, making sure that project is landing where you want it to, etc. There's all kinds of crap that comes up every day, and you need to have a way to capture it. Here's the thing, is I work with a lot of different small business owners just like us, and the best of the best have a special ability to be able to process stuff in their head and know how to prioritize it. But here's the thing, I'm not that smart. So I needed to have a system that can do that for me, a system that I can trust. And that's what this is all about, guys. So how do I capture this stuff? Well, first, to continue our example, we can use a physical tray with paper. So I've wrote down some examples here, like a plumbing repair at 123 Main Street. Jimmy's price for the roof at 456 Broad was too high. Get bids for LVP flooring at 123 Main Street. Fred has passed his timeline on 123 Main Street. I have a ticket for a city ordinance violation at 123 Main Street. That's a true story. Just got it in the mail today. I get them all the time. Increase the budget for electrical at 123 Main Street. Meet inspector for 456 Broad Street. Find 30-inch vanity for 123 Main Street. Jeff wants more moolah at 456 Broad Street. Now this is my physical inbox, which soon I'm going to show you how to process it in the correct files and folders. But there are some softwares that you might want to use, which I do personally use software systems. I use a to-do app called Todoist, or you could use Apple Reminders, or you could use TickTick, I think it's called. There's Things. You can use notes apps like Apple Notes or Evernote or Microsoft OneNote or project management apps like Monday.com. We used to use that. Basecamp, Reich, Asana. You could use a more customized database builder if you want something a little bit more robust like Airtable, Notion, Smartsheets. Now, I've basically tried everything under the sun, even the ones that you have to pay big money for that already have a system in place. And I'm telling you right now, it's not about the software, it's about the underlying system, which you're about to learn today. Now that you have all that stuff in your inbox, well, what the heck do you do with it? You need to go to step 2, which is processing the stuff. So we have your inbox. Now we have 3 main folders that we're going to deal with. 3 main sections of folders. So first, you have your projects like 123 Main Street or 456 Broad Street, like we talked about. Now, inside of those projects, you're going to have a few different places that these things could go. Project notes. These are notes that are everlasting on the project. It might be like lockbox code is 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it may be things that are coming up later in the project that you don't want to forget about. Like after you get a CO from the city, make sure that you bring the architect over. The city asks for a special inspection after drywall. Project docs. These are going to be things like your permits, your plans, maybe special insurance that you had to get. Financials, these are your budgets. You always need to keep your budgets. I'm not going to go into depth about how to keep financials. We've done that in other videos. Job board, these are the PERT charts or the flow charts for your project. The actual jobs that you're doing, like LVP flooring, drywall, paint, cabinets, tile in the shower. We have others and we have self or crew. So this is the way that I do this, is the vendors, like contractors, maybe it's a lender, maybe it's a real estate agent, the people that I have to deal with on a regular basis. Now I have folders for the ones that I most commonly deal with, but then there's some people that I might deal with once a month or once in a blue moon, and I put all of those in an others folder. So now when I make my note, my actual task, I'll put notes on there, letting me know who they're actually for. And notes are always a good thing. I'm just doing the simple version here. Now, self or crew, now this might get a little bit confusing because we have a whole different category for self, but this is if you're a DIYer or if you're managing your own labor crew. You want to treat yourself like a vendor here. You're almost like two different people. You're the self, the real estate investor who's managing these projects, or you're the self, the DIYer or the crew leader, the foreman. Now, inside of each one of these folders, you can see there's multiple folders. And what those are agenda, pending, and done. So when I get a task, like Jeff wants more money for 456 Broad Street. Well, that's a pretty simple one because did the scope increase or did he just do the job and he didn't like it? So probably that's a big fat no. And now I'm going to go ahead and file that in the agenda for Jeff. That way next time I talk to him, I know to bring that up in the conversation. Now find a 30-inch vanity for 123 Main Street. Now, vanities for 123 Main Street. Meet the inspector for 456 Broad. Okay, well that brings me to the next item here, which is schedule it. I'm actually going to need to call this inspector, and then on a good old-fashioned calendar. Oops, do, schedule, snooze. Good old-fashioned calendar. I'm going to call up that inspector, and I'm going to say, hey, can you meet me at 4 o'clock on the 30th? 4 p.m., meet inspector. He agrees to that. Yeah, I know, it's never that easy, but let's just say it is. Now, something that you need to understand is calendars are absolutely sacred. The only things you put on here are things that you've agreed to a certain time on a certain day. This isn't maybe I might get to that on that Thursday. We have another place for that kind of stuff. This is if you've actually agreed to it. Calendars are sacred. I've heard it said before that calendars are like the hardscape of your life, and everything else needs to work around it. So only put things on here that are truly the hardscape. You cannot miss this 4 p.m. meeting with the inspector. That's your calendar. Now snooze it. So you have do it. Maybe you don't want to do it right now, because if it goes in your do it, your next action category, you need to do that as quickly as you possibly can. ASAP, not like right this second. We'll talk about those strategies later. But maybe we're gonna snooze it. We're gonna defer it until later. And that's where you have this snooze file. And here's how this works. You're gonna set up folders for 1, 2, 3, 1 through 31, every day of a given month. 21. And you're gonna set up for every month of the year, January, February, March, April, May, etc. But let's say we need to increase the budget for electrical at 123 Main Street. Now, I just don't want to deal with that right now because I have too much stuff on my plate and I know that this isn't urgent for the project, so I'm going to save it for later. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that for the 21st of the month. And when we get to step 3, I'll show you how that's going to come back into your life. That's how a snooze folder works. Now, you might snooze it all the way until March. And once again, we're going to get to the management section and I'll show you how that works. Now we have a ticket for city ordinance violation at 123 Main Street. Now this ticket came in the mail because I didn't mow the lawn and the city's pissed off about it. So I have 2 things that I have to do. So this isn't actually the task. That was just my reminder of stuff that went into my inbox. I actually need to hire mow at 123 Main Street. That's something that I'm gonna do. Next action. And I'm going to need to pay fine for violation at 123 Main Street. 2 actions. There's one more thing that I'm gonna have to do. Add $100 to budget for violation on 123 Main Street. That goes into the finances. Now we would actually increase the budget instead of putting a note in to do that. Now, Fred has passed his timeline at 123 Main Street. That means that old Fred is gonna get a talking to by me. That goes into his agenda. Get bids for LVP flooring at 123 Main Street. I'm actually gonna have old Jeff do that, so that goes on his agenda. Jimmy, price for roof at 456 Broad Street is too high. Well, what an a-hole. So that's for Jimmy. That's going into my others category because, well, Jimmy's just not on my normal list of people that I talk to. Plumbing repair at 123 Main Street. Well, I know that I'm going to get some humongous prices for this, so I'm actually going to do that plumbing repair myself. I'm going to DIY that. Now remember, that's not something that me as the real estate investor is going to do. That's something me as the DIYer or crew is going to do. Now you can do that whichever way you want to do. Maybe if you're a DIYer, you want to put that in your do it category. I like to do it this way because I actually usually manage a labor crew to do those things. Now, how do I actually manage this system is the next question. So I've filed everything that I need to file. You guys understand the folders. Now, how do I make sure that I don't miss any of that stuff? And that's where daily processing comes into play. So first, every day, I'm processing my inbox, and I'm going to put things where they need to go, as we just did. Second, I'm going to process my communications. I'm going to check my email. I'm going to check my phone, my text messages, my calls. I'm going to check Slack, whatever communication systems you have. You want to make sure that you clean that out every day. Because remember, the whole goal here is to be able to free your brain so you can focus on things other than managing rehabs all day, every day. Review your calendar. Remember, we put things in the calendar. So every day in the morning, you want to make sure that you don't have something on your calendar that you can't forget. And review your snooze 1 through 31. Because something might be in there for today. And of course, you can re-snooze it if it makes sense for the project. Weekly, you're going to review all of the pending from the different vendors that you have in there to make sure that things aren't exceedingly beyond timelines. You're going to review project notes. You're going to make sure that there isn't something on these projects, because really project notes are kind of like a snooze file for a project. Review the financials, make sure that everything's on budget. You don't need to adjust anything, because if you adjust the budget, sometimes you got to go get money for that. Review the job boards, make sure that nothing has changed on the jobs. Once again, we're going to get to that a little bit later. Monthly, you want to do a deep clean. You want to make sure that there's no junk in here. You want to keep your system lean, so that way the things that are in here are things that are usable for you. Because if they're not usable for you, you stop trusting your system. If you stop trusting your system, stuff starts creeping up in your head, like you might have forgotten something. Review your upcoming calendar. At the beginning of every month, you want to look at the calendar and you want to make sure that there aren't important things coming up that you need to prep for. Review next month's snooze calendar and iterate the process. Guys, this is a simple version of what I use for myself. And I also use a personal productivity system that is pretty similar to this. But I'm constantly iterating and adapting on it based on what I'm currently working on. And you need to do the same. But I wanted to get you started with something basic that works that you can start using right away. Now, here are some advanced tips for you. First is to time block for vendors, especially the ones that I deal with often, like Fred and Jeff. What I'm actually going to do is I am going to either put on my snooze file, maybe every Monday, I remind myself to go have a conversation with Fred, where I look through his agenda, I look through his pending items, because he's doing a lot of work with me. And also once a week, I might time block to go through all of the others to make sure that I'm not missing anything with those guys. Checklists. This is another way to make sure that you're not forgetting stuff. The common processes that you do need to be made into checklists. Like every time you buy a property, you go and make sure that the property is secure, you get lock boxes on, you do X, Y, and Z. Every time you sell a property, you do the same moves. We'll make checklists, and that way, as soon as that play comes up, you just go to the playbook, get the checklist, you make the tasks, and you file them accordingly. Expand. And I'm not talking about your business. I'm talking about expand your system of personal productivity so that you can rest easy at the end of the day. And maybe you want to use the skills that you have to be able to scale and do 100 flips a year. I know that I did at one time. And during that time, I would brag that I could do all of these projects simultaneously and I could still shut it off and go in my house at 6:30 every night and be with my family. Until my buddy heard me talking about this one day, and he said basically that, well, it's not really the same thing if you're there physically than if you're there mentally. And that's when I realized that even though I had become extremely productive, I wasn't necessarily focused on the things that really matter to me. And you know, this quote hits home for me. The man who tries methods, ignoring principles, is sure to have trouble. And I think everybody needs to figure out what their principles are. For me, it's family first. Maybe for you, it's something else. But I want to implement these systems and this personal productivity so I can truly shut it down at the end of the day and I can go in and focus on what is most important to me. But maybe some of you want this personal productivity system so you can go do 100 flips next year, and that's fine too. Now finally, the one thing that you definitely need to understand about all of this, what we talked about today is just the tip of the iceberg. We talked about tasks and how you deal with those tasks. But this all comes from the foundation of the jobs board, the PERT chart, the scope of work for every project. And I made a whole video about how you're going to make those scopes of work to have successful projects set up. So I hope you guys go check that one out next.